It's the most wonderful day of the year for movie fans. The Oscar nominations are here. The 98th Annual Academy Awards cannot come soon enough, but we gotta wait until March 15th. And boy, oh boy, with some of these nominations and some of the exclusions, I certainly have thoughts. So let's get to them, shall we? I'm John Redland with my real honest thoughts on the 2026 Oscar nominations. So, I want to know who you thought got snubbed in the comments, please. I actually, by and large, am okay with a lot of these nominations, but again, there are certain ones that I will get to, and I'm going to go through all the categories except documentary feature and documentary short and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's just get right on into it. I will also be doing an Oscars review, talking about the people that I felt deserved to win and still shouting out the ones that I felt got snubbed. But yeah, let's just get on into it. So let's go in ass-ending order. I think that's how you say it. Maybe that's how the term goes. So let's go best visual effects. A bit surprised Superman wasn't nominated. As good as Superman looked, I guess I understand why others were nominated. Avatar, Fire, and Ass, because that's what a lot of this movie looked like. I'm sorry. Looks like a PS5 game. F1, which looked fancy. You don't even know. I would take Carrie Condon all the way from LA to Tokyo. But that being said, that one did look good, and there were some neat, bits, especially for the IMAX experience. Jurassic World Rebirth, can we just not have any more of these? No, probably because that one made so much money. And also The Lost Bus that I didn't get around to. In fact, there are a few of these films that are nominated in various categories that I didn't get to, and also Sinners. Now, I want Sinners to get Best Visual Effects because I thought, in addition to the special effects actually, just fitting the time period, I thought the Sinners also looked the best, but Avatar, Fire, and Ass will probably get the nod here. Whatever, it's Best Visual Effects. Often we just go for the prettiest movie. Best Sound. Now, you could have gone with a lot of movies here, but F1 actually did put you in the driver's seat, ironically, for a movie about racing. Frankenstein. Yes, Frankenstein does have a lot of, really cool aesthetics about it. And we have One Battle After Another. We have Sinners. By the way, Sinners with 16 nominations. That is insane. One omission that I will mention here in a bit. But Sinners and Surat. I'm not sure how to say it. That one apparently is getting a limited theatrical release a few weeks after this recording. So that is one that I'm going to see. I'm definitely interested by the trailer and the premise of it. So I want Sinners to get the nod here for Best Sound, as I felt it was very immersive. It'll probably be One Battle After Another. You really can't go wrong with any of these, I assume, since, again, I still haven't seen Surat, sorry. Surat, whatever will be. Best Production Design. And I go with this, meaning what puts you in that time period or that theme of that particular movie. Does it absorb you? Frankenstein, definitely the best looking Frankenstein movie in a while. Del Toro absolutely understood the assignment. Hamnet, magnificent. Really makes you feel like you're in the time period. Same for Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme really made you feel like you were back in the 40s and 50s. One Battle After Another really felt like it could be taking place almost at any point. And Sinners really did make you feel like you were in the deep south with all the racism and all the craziness and everything, and it was very, very well done. I want Hamnet to win. Wouldn't be upset if Sinners won. I think it's likely One Battle After Another. Now, I think that Sinners could end up winning possibly 8 of its 16. It's not going to win all of them. There's no way. But that's what I have right there. So now we're going to get into ones that are a little more known. We have a Best Song, Best Original Song, whatever. Dear Me, Diane Warren. I haven't seen that. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I Lied to You from Sinners. Magnificent. Best Scene in the goddamn movie. Sweet, from Vera Verde, I know, Sweet Divine, or Dreams of Joy, or whatever the hell it is. Sorry, I don't know what it is. And Train Dreams. I want I Lied to You to win. All due respect to what I think will win, but I think that I Lied to You. Okay, I'm going to say right now, Miles Canton should be nominated either for Best Supporting Actor or Best Actor. It is a crime that he did not get nominated. And that's all due respect to everybody. Well, omitting one. I'll get to that. But Miles Canton should be nominated for Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor. And that young man, if he wants to stick with acting, absolutely deserves to get more A-list roles because he was fucking terrific in that. But I want I Lied to You to get the nod. I think it will end up being Golden because K-Pop Demon Hunters has done really, really well. I won't be upset if it won. I just think I Lied to You is a better song. Both, by the way, would be in competition for Best Soundtrack if Best Soundtrack happened to be a nomination instead of just Best Score. So anyway, Best Nomination, Best Category. So let's go to Best Score. Begonia, yeah, I mean, having Emma Stone rock out to Good Luck Babe by Chappelle Roan was definitely interesting, but a very good soundtrack. We also have Frankenstein, Hamnet, really was very well done. One battle after another. Sinners. I want Hamnet. I like the music in that just a teeny bit more. But again, Sinners will likely be the winner here and should be. Now, I could see them giving it to One Battle After Another, but I think Sinners should win for a lot of technical achievements, if nothing more. And Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Definitely a questionable choice in this one. We have Frankenstein. That's not the questionable choice because that was really well done. Kokuho. That's one I just saw a trailer for. It's about the geisha life or the kabuki life. I think it's kabuki life. And actually looks really good. Apparently it's been getting a lot of praise. So if it's in theaters before, or gets a wider release before before the show happens, I will make sure to check it out. Sinners, and Sinners had really good makeup and hairstyling. Really, again, looked like the time period of Smashing Machine. The Rock was virtually recognizable as Mark Carr, and I'm actually ashamed that they would say that he wasn't. Don't say anything otherwise. Rock didn't get nominated. That means he's going to ruin a lot of WrestleMania plans. And The Ugly Stepsister. I am a bit surprised that one got nominated. Not because I didn't think it deserved it. I just didn't think it would get the nod. But now Sinners could take this here. And I wouldn't be upset. Because Sinners really did trap you in that time period. And make you feel like you were back in the early 30s. I want The Ugly Stepsister to win because I thought it was a great, thing with the makeup and the body horror and stuff like that, and I thought the style was good. And I thought that the star did fine. I'm trying to remember her name right now because it's a very Norwegian film. But I like The Ugly Stepsister. I would like that to get it. But I think Frankenstein will probably get it just because of the makeup effects and stuff like that. And again, the styling really did, put you in the Frankenstein body and all that. So I think Frankenstein could take it. So now, Best Film Editing. Ironic for some of these movies that are way long. F1, a movie, it's closing in on 3 hours. And F1, don't get me wrong, great racing sequences, Carrie Condon in that white dress. Yes, maybe I will profess my love for Carrie Condon one day, shut up. Marty Supreme, despite the fact that movie was approaching 2.5 hours, really did have a brisk pace to it. One battle after another. Another one that approached nearly 3 hours, but did have a lot of really good adding. Sentimental Value, bit of an odd choice, and I like Sentimental Value. I really like it. It's my favorite film of 2025, but okay, interesting. Would have possibly put Superman there for that, but Sinners. So that's the last one. So I want Sinners to actually get it. I think Sinners probably deserves it all the best, especially with how they cut the scenes. But I think Marty Supreme or One Battle After Another will take it for film editing. Best costume design. Avatar, Fire and Ash. What costumes? It was mostly CGI bullshit. I'm sorry, it just fucking was. So, Frankenstein, I just don't like the Avatar movies. I'm sorry. They're just bland and banal, and James Cameron has no originality as far as his story. Frankenstein, okay, it's been adapted multiple times, but at least it looked like a movie. Hamnet really did have that, late 16th century, early 17th century feel to it. Marty Supreme really did look like it was back in the 40s and 50s. And Sinners, again, back in the 30s. I want Hamnet only because I have a particular, love for Jesse Buckley and just the period of that time. But I think Sinners is more than likely to get it. And I think Sinners should get it. So let's go with Best Cinematography. Frankenstein, makes sense. Marty Supreme makes sense. One Battle After Another makes sense. Sinners makes sense. Train Dreams is beautifully shot. I don't know if I would... I mean, I guess of all the categories, I probably could say Train Dreams would deserve at least consideration. And all these movies look really good. They really do look good. Sinners should get it. I think One Battle After Another will. And that's... And I mean, if Frankenstein won, I wouldn't be upset at all. But that's all I got to say right there. So I'm just going to crinkle these up because I don't really care if I get this right or not. It's just for fun at this point. After seeing 341 movies in 2025, they were released in 2025, by the way. I've seen pretty much all of these, with the exception of a couple. I have seen pretty much all of these. So we go to Best Casting. Now, this is how I'm going to interpret my picks for this. If it's at least layered enough that I can go down about 4 people and we still got star power and magic and stuff like that. So Hamnet, absolutely. Jesse Buckley, Paul Mescal. Jacob Jupe deserves the world. That young man is going to be a star if he wants to stick with this. And I don't recall right now, but the one that plays his sister, she was really good in this. But really terrific casting. Like, everybody played their roles just right. Marty Supreme, Timothy Chalamet, Odessa Zion, Fran Drescher as the mother, and just various other people. A lot of really good casting in this. One Battle After Another, I mean, layered right there. I'll get to one particular person who was nominated here in a bit. The Secret Agent. I mean, Wagner Moore was really good. I did love the one that played the old lady. She was just fucking great. I would watch a whole movie with her. Her interacting with people just around the neighborhood and everything. You can make it a series. It would be magnificent. And also Sinners. Now, I would like to see Hamnet get it because I think the cast had really good chemistry. I think it's either going to be Sinners or One Battle After Another. Can't go wrong with either of those. I would go with Sinners only because I just feel there was just a tiny bit more chemistry between them than One Battle After Another, even though One Battle After Another was very good. Best International Feature used to be Best Foreign Film, The Secret Agent. I've seen that. I really like that. It was just an accident. Makes total sense because it received a lot of praise to the point that the director may have to be jailed in Iran for daring to speak out against the Iranian regime. And haha, what are you going to do, Iranian regime? I'm all the way over here, and you guys are dealing with a bunch of stuff because the government decided to be really, really naughty to people. God, if only we didn't have that over here. Sentimental Value. For Best Foreign Film, and considering what it was nominated for later, a bit surprised. Sarat. Again, need to see it. And the voice of Hind Rajab. I have heard very little. I would like to see it if it is not in theaters, but is on streaming before the Oscars happen. I will make sure to rent it. I want It Was Just an Accident to win. Sentimental Value is my favorite film of the year, but the fact that it's nominated for Best Picture as well, I'm not saying it disqualifies it, and I wouldn't be upset if Sentimental Value won, but I feel It Was Just an Accident has an even bigger message. And boy, it's just a brisk goddamn pace too. It's like an hour and like 40-something minutes. I think it's likely going to be The Secret Agent, just given the fact that that's gained a lot more ground and a lot more swell of support. So you really can't go wrong with a few of those. I do still, however, need to see Sarat and the voice of Hind Rajab. So, Best Animated Feature, Arco. That apparently is coming out wide in just a little bit. And I'll make sure to put that, on my watch list. Check it out in theaters when I can. Elio, they had to give Disney something. It wasn't very good. But then again, they gave Disney something a little bit later. K-Pop Demon Hunters, no surprise. Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, I felt was magnificent. And Zootopia 2. I want Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, to get it, just because I feel there is more love and appreciation put into that than a couple of the others. And I haven't seen Arco yet. And all due respect to K-Pop Demon Hunters, it was a blast, emotional, humorous, well done, great soundtrack. It will be K-Pop Demon Hunters. I think that's almost a given. So now we go to Best Original Screenplay. Blue Moon. More on Blue Moon here in a bit. I liked Blue Moon, but I don't know if it necessarily deserved to be nominated for this. I would have gone with a few others. I mean, Sinners got nominated. Sentimental Value got nominated. It was just an accident. Marty Supreme. Those are the last ones. But I don't know. I would have gone. I just would have gone with like a couple others. I mean, just like something. I just would have gone with like Sorry Baby is something that I would have actually gone with in place of Blue Moon. The fact that Sorry Baby did not get nominated at all is a crime. Ava Victor should have gotten nominated. You know, fuck it. I'll just say right now, Chase Infinity should have gotten nominated, if just for Best Supporting Actress in One Battle After Another. But Ava Victor absolutely deserved it. What Julia Roberts said at the Golden Globes, telling people to go see it. You should see it. It's on HBO Max now as of this recording. I would have put Sorry Baby here instead, but whatever. Blue Moon was a good movie. Do not misunderstand me, but I think Sorry Baby was better. But of all those, I want Sentimental Value to actually get it as far as original screenplay, because I think it's a screenplay we can all relate to. Now, that is not to say that Sinners shouldn't win, and Sinners likely will win. And I wouldn't be upset with that at all. So, adapted screenplay. Begonia makes sense. Begonia was pretty goddamn good. Frankenstein. I mean, if you didn't think Frankenstein was an adapted screenplay, you need to get out of the house more. Hamnet. I mean, come on. One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. I want Hamnet to take this. I don't think that Hamnet will. I think it will be One Battle After Another. I think One Battle After Another is going to end up doing well. I think it'll win most of its, nominations, or get most of the nominations that it has. But I think them and One Battle will actually probably be close to neck and neck. And now we get the Best Supporting Actress. Once again, Ava Victor wouldn't have gotten for this. It would have been for The Star. But I think Chase Infinity, at the very least, should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Even though you could argue that her screen time probably warranted more Best Actress. That's just me. Best Supporting Actress, Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Absolutely deserved it. Inga Ib's daughter, Lilias, for Sentimental Value. The one that played Renata Renzva's sister. I will get her name right one of these days. Probably not. She deserves that. She absolutely deserves that nomination. Amy Madigan for Weapons. I mean, again, I like Weapons. Don't get me wrong. But I would have gone with somebody else. I don't know. I can't say I would have gone for somebody from Warfare, because there aren't really any women in Warfare. I would have gone. No, I couldn't go Fernanda Torres. I would have gone with a wife from No Other Choice or something. I just would have done something else other than Amy Madigan. All due respect to her. Wunmi Mosaku. I'm sorry. Sinners. I probably butchered that name. She was really good, but Tiana Taylor. Do not misunderstand me. Tiana Taylor is very talented. 1001, that kind of stuff. But literally hours after I had recorded my Golden Globes review and praised the fact, even though I would have gone with others, Tiana Taylor did make the most of her screen time. But then she defended her friendship with Kanye West, the anti-Semite son of a bitch and everything. And you know what? I don't want Tiana Taylor to get a sniff of the Oscars. I think she will. I think she is likely to get it. I want Inga to get it. It could be Elle Fanning. She could be a dark horse. I hope Tiana Taylor doesn't get it. Maybe they send a message, but this is Hollywood, so unfortunately, there you go. And let me just say this before I continue. I'm going to get on my soapbox. There's defending friends, there's defending friendship, and people that you feel like are family, but when it gets to that point with the former Kanye West, whatever the hell his name is, he's a goddamn idiot, and I don't care what personal struggles he's suffered. Everybody suffered personal struggles. People don't turn to anti-Semitism or other kinds of bigotry. That's just who they are. So no, Fuck him, and he deserves to end up somewhere like, panicked and freaked out and everything with nobody that is around to love him. So hopefully his children aren't allowed to see him. And Tiana Taylor defending that, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. So that being said, that's definitely something I'm going to end up saying, by the way, if she wins. But let's get to Best Supporting Actor. Once again, Inga should get the nod. For Best Supporting Actress. Best Supporting Actor, Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another. Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. Delroy Lindo for Sinners was a bit surprising. Not that Delroy Lindo wasn't very good. I'm just surprised they gave it to him. Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. As people point out, he was basically doing a Vince McMahon impression. I mean, it's not wrong. And Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value, who did win a Golden Globe. I want Stellan to get the Oscar. I think Sean Penn could end up taking the Oscar. I would have put Miles Canton here. Even though Miles Canton, you could argue, was probably more of a star player, I would have put him in place of, say, Jacob Elordi. As good as Jacob was, in Frankenstein, I would have just had it be a sinner's sweep almost. Miles Canton should have been fucking nominated. Some say Jesse Plemons for Begonia should have been nominated. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. But he would have had to have been Best Actor. So, we go to Best Actress. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Renata Rensva for Sentimental Value. And Emma Stone for Begonia. And Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue. Ava Victor, Chase Infinity were right there. All due respect to Kate Hudson, who was tremendous in Song Sung Blue. A very good movie. Not a great movie, in my opinion, but a very good movie. With some heart, some humor, and her doing a great Carrie Von Erich impression. I'll stop making Von Erich jokes one of these days. No, I won't. Because those jokes live on. Moving on, I would not have put Kate Hudson here, even as good as she was. Chase or Ava should have gotten a nod. Now, Chase is going to have more opportunities, but Ava getting snubbed bothers me. I want Rose Byrne to actually get it. I would love for Renata Rensva to get it. I want Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You to actually get it. The award. Never mind. Moving on. Let's just move on from that wording. But I think that Rose Byrne delivered such a magnificent performance. You really can't go wrong with 4 of these 5. All due respect to Kate Hudson. But come on. You really can't. Actually, it would be 3. Because, Emma Stone, to me, deserved it for Poor Things. She was really great here in Begonia. Here, as if we're around the date of Begonia. She was really great in Begonia, but I would not give it to her. But I think it's going to be Jessie Buckley. And Jessie Buckley deserves it. I will not shed a tear or a bit of anger if she happens to win. I just really want Rose Byrne to get it. I just really do. But that being said, let's get to Best Actor. So Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. So Timothy for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. And Ethan Hawke was the best part of that movie. Even Margaret Qualley, looking gray as always. There was some great acting in that. No. Where's Miles Canton? Where is Miles Canton? And Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, who deserved it. Don't get me wrong, he deserves it. And Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Personally, I would want Wagner Moura to get this because I felt that he was a great anchor for this. It's likely going to be Timothée Chalamet who will get the Oscar, and no complaints. If Michael B. Jordan got it, I wouldn't complain. Leo, maybe. I don't actually think it's very likely, but I'm sorry, Ethan Hawke, all due respect, no. So anyway, let's get to the Best Director nominations. We have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. We get Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme. We get Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. We get Joachim Trier, I always get that wrong, for Sentimental Value. And Ryan Coogler for Sinners. So I want Chloe or Joachim. I want either Hamnet or Sentimental Value to get it. I think it's probably going to be Paul Thomas Anderson. I would love for Ryan Coogler to win Best Best Director here. Do not misunderstand me. I would love to see him win it. I just don't think he's gonna. But then we have the category of Best Picture, and I'm sorry, but instead of doing 10, they need to go down to 8. And I'm going to explain why. Begonia, very good movie. Don't know if I'd put it for Best Picture. Just saying. F1. Looks fancy. Again, Carrie Condon, tremendous. Brad Pitt still proving he has it. The movie made a lot more money at the box office than I thought. No, F1 does not deserve to be nominated for Best Picture. Frankenstein. As much as I love Del Toro, I wouldn't nominate for Best Picture. I mean, this is like, participation trophy stuff. Hamnet absolutely deserves to be nominated. Marty Supreme absolutely deserves to be nominated. Sorry Baby should have been put in this goddamn thing. Personally, I would have found a way to put Ava Victor there, but God, in Best Director, but God damn it. Anyway, okay, whatever, it's fine. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, no surprise. The Secret Agent, bit surprised that got nominated. And by the way, I don't know, sentimental value. I screwed this up. I think it was actually sentimental. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, sentimental value. I forgot to write that down because that also got nominated. I was writing a lot of these after getting a call from my work that I might have to go in, but fortunately everything worked out after just working last night. Anyway, so Begonia, F1, and Frankenstein shouldn't be nominated. All due respect to those. And Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, Sinners, and Train Dreams. I want Sentimental Value to win it because it's my favorite movie of the year, and I'm just, that's just personal bias. If Sinners won, it would be great. I don't think it will. I think One Battle After Another could. If Chloe wins for Best Director, then she will win for Hamnet. And I would not complain one bit if Hamnet won. That's it. Those are my thoughts right there. So yeah, besides the snubs of Miles Canton, Chase and Fanny, Ava Victor, and the Best Picture thing being about 2 or 3 too deep, they can go with a lucky 7 or an even 8 and just do some. Anyway, whole point. Those are the Oscar nominations. So yes, I will be doing a review of those. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Retlin. Until we come back for the Oscars on the 15th, happy trails to you.